Yeah, now we're
That was
live.
quick.
Like that.
All right.
Yeah, Ethernet cord.
Let me see.
Yeah, TJ, I got the good internet today.
Yeah.
How good's this internet? Because if we got an Xbox coming up there, I need it to be. If I'm going to play any online games against you guys, I need it to be
Hardwired.
I don't know if Mike's going to let you play online Xbox during work.
What if I come in after work?
Yeah, 5 o'clock hits, man.
Whatever.
It's Xbox time.
Whatever.
Lunch break.
I didn't know there was an Xbox coming.
Jesus. All right. First off, let's say hello
here.
to everybody
that's
out
cool.
there in the real world.
Because this is a simulation in here.
Yeah. We're just chattering away, running our mouths. This is the Ask Junior portion of the show, and thank y'all for tuning in to that. Want to thank Xfinity for being a great partner here. The Ask Junior portion is presented by Xfinity today, as you see right there. Nice little mobile, Xfinity mobile. Nice little graphic there, guys. I'm watching.
As long as we have Xfinity upstairs, we're
Watching the
good.
chat. Our Xfinity is awesome. Our internet, at least where I use it, it's been great. But TJ's here, and we've got some great questions. Andrew has come into the studio. Travis, we've been talking about COTA. We've been talking about right hooks and all kinds of stuff.
Everything.
The Cars Tour, everything else going on in the world. But hopefully we got some great questions today.
Yes, Todd Bob on the YouTube chat is
Bob.
asking, is this live or pre-recorded? And Todd, we're happy to tell you that this is live. So-
Todd Bob?
Todd Bob is his name. I don't know if that's a cool name.
two
if it's his
first
actual
names.
name. Yeah. He's
Yeah.
got 2 first names. This first one's from Kevin. He saw your tweet, I think it was over the weekend, about the Panini cards that you would just write random things on there. And he wants to know what's the most random thing you remember writing, or what were some of the things that you would write on some of these cards?
I'd have shared that in the tweet, but because I would have just told the whole story there. But I'll be sitting there, and Nicole does this now. They come climb in my lap. I'm sitting at the kitchen table, and I'm signing these cards, and I got all this stuff laid everywhere, and I'm signing cards, and Nicole climbs in my lap, and she's like, I want to color. And I'm like, well, I'm not coloring. I'm signing my name. Why? Why are you signing? Well, I got these cards are going to go. And so, well, I won't do it. That's what she'll say. Well, I want to do it. And Allie used to do that too. And I'll be like, all right, here, write your name. And they'll write their name on a card and draw and doodle and color. And I'm like, all right, you're good. You did one. And I'll sign my name on it and throw it in the pack. And I've always wondered, like, I wonder what Panini does when they get them. Because I know when some are ruined or smudged, they'll
just throw them out.
throw them out, or they'll send me another one and say, hey, we need you to do 5 because the 5 were messed up. And, but some of these are like, so the Panini pack will come and say they got a card, right? Some kind of specific style of card, and there'll be the bronze version, the silver version, and then there'll be like 1 gold, and that's like a 1 of 1. And so it's pretty neat. And I think card collecting is kind of like die cast. It cycles. It has its moments, its eras. And I don't know, for whatever reason, it feels like die casts and card collecting and just memorabilia in general feels like it's fun again. I don't know, but
I've been collecting cards a little bit lately. Again.
have you? Yeah.
What kind?
Yeah.
I've heard that from
Football, baseball.
I've heard that from a few different people.
Yeah.
But I've got some old stuff from way back in the day, early '80s, baseball and football
Cards?
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna have to compare
got-
them here
yeah.
soon.
Where do you keep them? Like in a booklet? You don't have
the
one of
ones
those
that I've been
card.
getting-
That's how I did it.
I have some
No?
stuff. Some of my best cards are
Yeah.
in books, but
I never had the hard cases on
you'll
my
have
own
like
stuff.
the whole, like I've got, if you got like a full set, like I got an '81 Donruss or something like that. You got that in a box, a sleeve,
Okay.
cardboard
Yeah.
box.
I went back home and I was cleaning some stuff out. I have a lot of starting lineups. Did you ever collect those?
Yeah. The stand-up guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
The
Little
football
figurines.
players?
I
Yeah.
remember them.
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
boxes of those.
I got a lot of like stuff like that.
That's some old stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got what? I mean, yeah.
Roberto
DJ's got
Clemente and
Early '70s and late '70s stuff.
I got a Bo Jackson Topps baseball card I'll start on today.
I had a lot of so I was doing getting into baseball cards probably in the early 90s, and a lot of the popular stuff that people were messing with was like the 83 Topps. 83 Topps was a pretty good year.
Yeah.
There was a Bo Jackson there. I think it was his rookie card. But
You'd have the back memorized.
yeah. No,
No?
not really.
TJ, did you ever do that? Or
No, I don't
Memorize
memorize
the
the
back?
backs.
like their
yeah.
stats and stuff?
No, it
Like
wasn't that-
those.
it wasn't that
I got
much into it.
those.
You wouldn't.
Okay.
You'd do that.
Yeah.
You'd memorize just random stats.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
like what they average.
This is
that
what they
year?
did that year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, when I was
It'll
really,
be outdated soon.
when I was probably 12, 10, I probably did some of
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying like as an
Nerds.
adult.
Yeah.
Nerds.
I did a little bit of that.
Go upstairs to
If,
the nerd.
Hey, Dale, go
Nerd
put
room.
on your nameless football jersey.
Yeah.
What's the most recent like card you've bought? Anything?
No.
Anything current players? Like
Whoa.
you're gonna get some Commander stuff now that they're
Oh, Debo Samuel.
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know,
Jaden
man. I mean,
Daniels, you want to get one of them?
I was talking to Landon Huffman. Landon Huffman, late model stock guy. He's in the card trade business now. So he's like going to these shows and selling and buying, and like he was telling me that right now Christian McCaffrey's a good buy because he had such a bad year. So if
Yeah.
he comes back and has a really great year, you buy the cards low and then you sell them high. And so I'm like, whoa, yeah.
That's hustling.
That's hustling.
That I don't know if I have the patience.
I want to buy a Josh Allen card, but I don't know.
There was tying it back to the Panini. There was one person who quoted your tweet. I don't know if you saw it. It was you and Danica,
Yeah,
and
the
she
card.
didn't sign it,
Yeah.
and you wrote she missed it.
Yeah. It was a sleeve of cards, you sign them all, and somehow or another she missed one. So,
You
There
didn't.
she.
huh?
You didn't miss it though.
I try not to. I don't.
We have in the YouTube chat someone is watching from Singapore.
Whoa.
Damn.
I don't know what time it is in Singapore, but
What time is it?
I respect the hustle.
Gotta be.
Ask Siri.
Your phone knows.
Yeah.
Singapore would be a cool place. Hit the
It
bucket
is
list.
11 p.m.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Late night
Dude, yeah.
watching from Singapore. We
It's like-
appreciate it.
When we were in Australia,
Robert
the
is his
other-
name.
You know, like a half a day later somewhere else over here. Remember that?
Yep. Next question, sir.
Next question.
Yeah.
All right. This next question is from Katie. She wants to know, how is the production day? I think he was at Charlotte Motor Speedway with
Oh,
Pride.
Steve.
Yeah, and Chase was there too, was he?
He was there a couple days before me.
Oh,
So,
okay.
I was supposed to go work this production for Amazon. We're shooting commercials, kind of to promote our little 5-race summer stretch.
Mhm.
And I was supposed to go Wednesday and Thursday, but I was so sick. I've never.
Borderline like deadly.
I was sick. I get a traditional head cold or something once, twice a year, maybe a sore throat, just a standard old thing. And not, it's annoying as hell, especially sore throat. Nothing worse than that. But it's no big deal. I don't ever get the flu. I don't ever get fevers. I ain't ever in the bed.
What's your secret?
No, you can't. We can't say that anymore.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's been 10 years since I've been so sick I crawled in bed for the day. It's been a long time. And so Nicole was really sick, and I was like, you're a little concerned as a parent, but most of the time they kind of weathered the storm and worked through it. But she got pretty quiet and like not wanting to walk or go or get up, wanting to lay.
Yeah.
Wanting you to carry her everywhere.
That's
and
scary.
so, yeah, we took her to the hospital Saturday.
Yeah.
And luckily everything's okay. Got her some meds, and she's fine. But I got whatever she had, and it knocked me on my ass, man. I had about 103.5 temperature.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was spiking to that. It was like 100 steady for 3 days. Could not kick it. And, I was in the bed. I was awful.
Just firing off bets.
So, I would have these moments where I'd feel good enough to text.
yeah.
I was in
I
such,
can lift a few fingers
I
up.
was in such a bad shape at points it hurt to text.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
How did you communicate?
I mean, it hurt to move. The whole body
Yeah.
was in
When your
such
body
pain.
aches, it's the worst.
God. And so I had to cancel the shoot. And I called Amazon, and I'm like, y'all, I'm bad. And I'm like, if you want me to come in and do this, I will. But I don't think you do. And everybody's like, stay
away.
home.
Yeah, get away from me.
And so they worked Chase. He was booked on Thursday, so he came in and done his stuff. And then they moved me and Steve to Friday. And I think, so we knocked it out Friday. I was good by then.
Are you mentally prepared to call races?
We've been sitting in a room for the past 2 days watching. We watched COTA as a team.
Oh, really?
Yeah, all of my Amazon, my producer, and our all of our folks, our Adam Alexander.
How's the flow?
Steve. We just sat there and we're like, yeah, that's cool. We like that. We like this. Thinking about this, thinking about that, just different things. And we did that Sunday, and then yesterday we sat in the same room and watched an old race that we did at Road Atlanta. And we're thinking like, we're kind of focusing on Mexico City and like how we're going to present that race and how we're going to do it.
Huh. Why? Just because it's going to be a big
new track.
All eyes on it.
Yep, want to do a good job.
Oh, you Road America.
What did I say? Road Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah, Road America. So.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. So we watched last, probably 2022 or something.
Yes, that you did.
Yeah, that we did at Road
Okay.
America. Yeah, and so we're prepping. We're getting ready.
Adam, man, he is a freaking workhorse.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to basically every race this year, right? Doing either Xfinity races,
Well, they do
and then he'll be doing some
of
cup
the
races.
Xfinity they do from a studio.
Oh, I actually didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
but you guys will be traveling to all of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No
That's
way.
good.
Yeah.
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 You'd want to be.
Yeah, if I'm doing the job, I want to be at the track.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
Let's see. Next question is from Twitter. Ryan wants to know, what's maybe your least appreciated victory, most forgotten one, like one where you kind of flew under the radar, but you're like, damn, like
That's a
that was a
question
big
for
win.
That's a question for the people that are
Watching.
Like I don't have one that I least appreciate.
Any that like maybe you shouldn't have won, but you kind of snuck in. And
Well,
TJ,
I mean,
you might be able to help too.
Yeah, there's probably one. The first one I could think of is when it rained in Phoenix.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We were gonna run second.
We were gonna run
To
good in
Harvick.
that race still. Yeah.
Yeah, we were running.
Maybe
We were
Carl.
second to Harvick, and we cycled in front of him under a green flag pit stop.
Yeah, and then it
And
rained.
the caution came out, or the rain. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It was. I remember it was something weird to do with pit road.
Harvick was faster. We were going to run second. There was fuel mileage at Michigan in 2008.
Yeah.
So anytime you win in a fuel mileage kind of deal where you weren't the best car and you like it, you don't give a shit. You're going to victory lane. But you know that you're like, lucky.
Yeah.
More lucky than good.
I'd still take. We ran out of gas at Charlotte that one time. That was bad.
Yeah, that was a haunting. That one
Vegas.
that one haunts me.
Vegas.
Vegas is bothersome, but I would have.
Charlotte.
Which one are you talking? Which Vegas are you talking about?
I don't remember.
If
Brad
we-
ended up
Like
winning
what
the
happened?
race.
We ran out of gas. Damn it!
Oh,
Off of turn
so
2.
sorry. Wow.
Jesus. Well, it's. I mean,
You really shouldn't.
Yeah.
TJ brought
try
it
not
up.
to do that.
I would out of those two, I would rather have.
Charlotte. We're going.
Charlotte.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing about athletes is you always hear about the ones that they didn't get. They don't remember the wins as much.
Yeah, that's true. We're always. I think
Where do you lie?
human?
Where do you
It
sit?
ain't
there?
athletes. It's a human nature
Do
thing.
you sit on more of the ones that got away, or do you like remember the good moments?
I remember the good moments, more so than anything else.
Yeah, for sure.
Man,
Yeah.
I'm sitting here right now trying to think of like a least appreciated win, but yeah.
No, I don't take them all.
TJ, this next question's for you. Jim wants to know just how is Brad doing? I know he had to go to the Infield Care Center. I saw RFK put an update out that he's doing a lot better, but have you spoken to him this week?
Brad's good. Yeah, just a long day with these cars are super hot inside still, and when these guys' stuff fails, it's hard to keep them cool. And there's no real The only break at COTA is down the front stretch for 8 seconds maybe from the time you leave 20 to the turn 1, and the rest of the track you're working really hard. So tough day to have that, something malfunction like that. But yeah, no, IVs, there's so many things you can do now to recover, and the medical team being there as quick as they were and getting fluids, but no, he's all good.
When did it happen during the race?
It was from before the pace laps.
Oh, really? And
Yeah.
he knew he was in for a long day.
Yeah.
Dang. Yeah, the broadcast, I don't think, touched on that.
Yeah, it was all day.
Yeah. Oh,
it was
man.
all day, yeah.
That's miserable.
Yeah, it was.
Dale, have you had anything like that? Or just after a race, just completely beat, had to go to the Infield Care Center, just...
I will tell you, in the one time where I was toast after a race that I can remember is the IROC Michigan race.
Really?
I know, man. So
I want to pick that one.
I know it. So this is a 50 lap race.
Lap race, something like that.
And the only thing that I got out of the car, went to Victory Lane, saw Dad, and then I had to go to the Infield Care Center immediately, and they gave me a couple bags of IV. I don't know if I'd been partying too much that week, but honestly,
played into it.
Odds are that it was a
no. Honestly,
What? What do you mean no?
well, because I partied all the time and I never really had any problems. It's a 50-lap race,
Right.
and I ran.
especially in Michigan, long straightaways.
I know. I ran the Xfinity, and it was not a hard car to drive. I believe that since I was running behind Dad the whole race, and then I came down to this sort of last lap little shuffle where I almost beat him, and I really believe that I was holding my breath. Yeah. So drivers will hold their breath for qualifying runs.
You don't even realize it.
You don't even realize you're doing it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And, yeah. So you're hauling at. So you're driving a car. Let's say you're in Atlanta, where it's white knuckle, and you're excited. You're wanting to do it, but you're also at the same time fearful because you're going to have to drive this thing right to the edge of the limit.
And it's not easy.
No. And so you're going down the straightaway, right? And you're hanging on the steering wheel. And you start to turn off in the corner, and you might go, and you're holding your breath all the way through the corner. And you'll hold it down the back straightaway. You might breathe a little bit, but then you'll do the same. You'll keep doing that in corner after corner after corner. And I think that, that would happen quite a bit in qualifying. And you'd get across the finish line, and you'd be out of breath. Holy crap!
One lap killed me.
Yeah.
How am I gonna do 300?
Yes, you would.
Yeah.
You'd go, shit, man, I've got to relax. In the race, you'd be fine because you just kind of would.
And the pace slows down too in the race. So.
But I would say that day I was probably holding my breath for a lot of the last few laps because we're getting inside 10 to go. The thing about it too is in the IROC car you don't have a radio, you don't have a spotter, you don't have anything. You're by yourself.
You're alone.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
man.
So you're doing everything that you're getting. You're doing everything by yourself. And I'm trying to beat my dad, just me. I'm in this car with nobody giving me information. No crew chief, nothing. It's
just trying to beat him straight up.
Yeah, and it's just a straight up battle. And I think for the last probably 10 laps, I wasn't breathing enough. I was probably breathing enough to stay alive. But,
Oh my God.
So we get done, and I get out of the car, and I run over to Victory Lane, and adrenaline gets me there. And I wanted to see Dad and go, I wanted him to see me immediately and go, you almost had me, because I did. But he was like, yeah, good run today.
And you're out here dying.
I know. But I'm like,
just out of
I'm
breath.
like, what do you mean good run?
Yeah.
I almost whooped your ass. What do you mean?
Almost. Doesn't count.
I know. He's just like, oh, hey, good job. Good second. And I'm like,
That's so classic.
and so,
Did that piss you off?
yes. And
Yeah.
so, but immediately.
Can you tell?
Immediately.
Yeah, I'm just, I don't know.
Immediately after that, I'm like, oh, I feel a little dizzy. Oh, goodness. And so I go to the Infield Care Center, and got a couple bags of IVs and was rocking and rolling.
Man.
30 minutes later, I was fine.
Those IVs will change. Like
I've never had one.
I drove a 10-lap race at a dirt track with Schrader, messing around the match race stuff or something silly, and I was so damn tired after 10 laps on a dirt track. I'm gonna tell you right now, dirt track racing is serious, freaking seriously physical.
Yeah.
And that was another I wasn't breathing. I was like, driving this dirt car, and I'm like, holy crap. Dirt racing is. I've wondered, man, I wonder why the dirt guys don't run really long races, dude. You can't. These short races they run is physically tough.
Yeah, especially them outlaws and stuff.
Yeah.
That is game on.
Yeah. So,
Where do you feel it at in your body? Like, is it just everywhere, or is there certain spots where you feel it?
it's just your whole being.
Yeah.
Your whole, you're just
Yeah.
overall exhausted. I think now that you mentioned the holding the breath, isn't that Noah Gragson would get sick after his Truck Series
Yeah.
wins?
That's probably part of it.
Because of that.
Yeah. Because you get out of the car and adrenaline, and you've won. So your mind is saying, hell yeah, this is awesome. I'm excited, I'm happy. And all of a sudden, it's like all the blood just rushes to your feet. You just go
it just hits you like a truck.
Yeah, tingly and numb, and you
just know you're not feeling good.
Yeah.
Damn. Wow.
It's fast.
Yeah, that I actually.
It's not a fun feeling. When he was sitting there throwing up, he was miserable.
Yeah.
Till it would finally calm down and he'd get his breath. And
even if you're not holding your breath, is that still common after every race to feel that adrenaline fall, or
no, that's not common.
That's not common.
No.
It's only if you're really just tense and white knuckling it.
19 out of 20 races, you're gonna more than that. That would happen once a year, somewhere.
Yeah,
but no.
Yeah,
I mean, you'd be racing your ass off somewhere, and you weren't doing it. You weren't holding your breath.
I know there's drivers that struggle to fall asleep after races. Was that ever you? You're just
you're just excited and pumped up.
Yeah. The life of a race car driver. That's interesting. I didn't know that. That holding your breath even during qualifying was as much of a thing.
Well, some of them tracks were intense qualifying, man, where you're on the edge.
Qualifying at Atlanta. Qualifying at Atlanta. Qualifying at Atlanta, man, was always wild. And Texas, Texas. 2008 at Texas, you knew, all right, my car's good. I think I'm gonna have to run. I know I'm gonna have to run wide open in 3 and 4.
Yeah,
I know it.
For a good lap.
To run a good lap, I'm gonna have to. And so you go down in there and you're like, oh, something is gonna happen where you're gonna go, jump out of the gas a little bit.
But you can't.
And I mean, you will and save the car, right? But you'll run 10th or 15th.
Mm-hmm. Even
you're
even
going
Bristol.
down. You're driving it down in there, full throttle, 8,000 RPMs. 180 miles an hour, maybe 185, and you're like, we're going to load this damn thing in the track, and it's going to lock in, and I'm going to stay in this throttle and just wrap this corner. But you don't know. It might not do that,
Yeah. I mean, even people hold their breath at Bristol qualifying because it used to be you're on edge there.
Oh, yeah.
And how long is that lap again, just time-wise?
28 seconds.
That's
at Texas?
Yeah.
Oh, 26,
roughly.
28.
Yeah, same. Real close to Atlanta as well. But people hold their breath for qualifying for 2 laps in a row at Bristol. I mean,
I remember when Ryan Newman ran in the 14s at Bristol. The very first time anybody ran in the 14s.
And that 12.
Oh, my God. All of us were standing there in the infield watching him run that lap, and that damn car flew through the corner.
Yeah.
And they said 1492 or some shit, and I was like, unbelievable. I mean, he already had the reputation as being the Rocket Man, but that was the moment where you're like, yep, you can't. It's not a gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
He really did something that a lot of people didn't think was possible to run that kind of a lap.
Is there Charlotte, Atlanta, and Texas where he was just like, okay, let's go watch Newman get the pole?
Yeah. They had something figured out.
That's wild.
They had something figured out in that car.
They did.
What was this crew chief? Matt
Borland.
Borland?
Yeah.
They had something going on, and it worked everywhere.
There was like big right rear springs or something back then. I don't remember what it was, but
Qualifying like crazy.
That's fascinating. I want to give a shout out to, hold on, I wrote their name down, Blythe, and they're watching this at school right now. I think they're watching it in class. So
Who?
Blythe was their name?
What grade are we in?
I don't know.
We better watch
They're in the YouTube chat, but
better watch your mouth.
yeah.
Any cuss words.
I
I'm
don't
not
know.
sure what
I
grade
feel
this
like
is.
if you're watching S Junior at school, you have access to a computer, an iPad. You got to be old
Okay.
enough,
It's a
right?
good teacher.
School's different these days.
it is.
I used to, gosh, when there were rainouts and it was a Monday race, I remember having to sneak either like listening to the radio with some headphones or watching it on my phone or computer. I don't know.
I got.
You guys
in
ever
trouble.
do that?
I got busted for it.
You did?
Yeah,
DJ?
social studies class. My teacher busted me listening to the duels.
Oh my God.
I was listening to the duels.
Oh my God. I
What?
don't know if I should share this live.
Oh?
Did you get
my
busted?
gosh. No, I did in school.
Yeah.
So listen, I'm gonna tell it. So dang man, I can't believe this. So you were asking me about that shoot. This will be the best thing we do today. We were
The Prime shoot.
that Prime shoot.
Yes, yeah.
So I'm at this Amazon Prime shoot Friday, and when I was, and this young guy walks up to me that's working on the shoot, and he goes, "Hey man, you went to school with my dad." I was like, "Really?" He goes, I was like, "What's his name?" Because I'll probably it might ring a bell. He mentioned his dad's name, and I was like, "Yeah, can't say I can remember or even put a face with that." He goes, "Southview Christian School," and I was like, "Damn!" So I went to a lot of schools, right? And right around, I'm going to say this was 7th grade. At the very beginning of my 7th grade year, there's a Southview Christian School that's on the way to the Statesville Airport. I pass by this school twice a week at a minimum. I pass by it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Dad and Teresa sent me to that school with Kelly beginning my 7th grade year. And I had been going to another school in Statesville for a couple years, and that, I don't know why that ended, but probably something I did. But Southview Christian School, I believe that's the name of it. So I drive by it all the time, and I only went there 6 months. But I remember, and I've said this to Amy, I'm like, that school in that 6 month period was my favorite experience as a kid in school, because every other school that I went to kind of had little groups, and you were part of this clique and you weren't part of that, and this was the popular kids and the preps and the jocks and and everybody had their little space, and you just wanted to get in one, right?
Especially moving around from school to school, that has to be really tough.
Yep. So you just wanted to be in some group, right? And have your little group of friends that you saw every day and hung out with every day. Not in this school. In this school, there was probably, I don't know, it felt like there were about 18 to 25 of us in our class. Everybody felt like they had the exact same level of stature and as soon as I got in there, man, everybody was fun, friendly. We all goofed around and joked around and got in trouble and talked in class, and but it was like I was brought in and accepted immediately, and it was just a really great class.
Yeah.
And I remember where our classroom was up in the top of the gym, and I remember immediately connecting and making like 10, 12 friends right away and just having a great time. And I was going to get expelled because if you get
that just took a turn.
It was going really good, and I was having so much fun and making so many good friends like easily.
Yeah.
And I was probably trying too hard and being too much, acting out too much, talking in class. If you got rode up 8 times before the winter break, that was it. You'd have to leave. I get rode up just right before the break. It wouldn't process till we got back. My thought was I was going to be expelled when we returned from Christmas
So
break.
you got your 8th write-up right before break.
And in my mind, I'm going on Christmas break. My parents have no idea that when I go back, I'm getting expelled. And so my gut is, I'm getting an ulcer worrying about this, right? Well, little did I know that they had already planned to send me to military school. So when I get home, they're already going through pamphlets for military school on the floor. And I'm kind of like, well, I can embrace this military school idea and not have to ever
tell them about
get in trouble about getting expelled. They'll just pull me out. I'll go to military school, not expelled, no problem. Don't love military school. Don't love that idea.
but I wasn't expelled.
What is it? Yeah. Well, so I remember the last thing I got wrote up for was I was having a conversation with a guy in the chair behind me, and the teacher wrote me up. And I was like, gosh, this is so trivial, but this is number 8. I'm going to get kicked out. And he's like, I don't care. I was like, come on, man, this is going to expel me. This is such a small thing. I remember making a case for myself.
You fought it.
And but this gentleman, this young guy that I met at the shoot, he goes, yeah, my dad and you and 2 other guys. He named these 2 other kids. He's like, y'all hung out every day. Y'all were friends, and y'all spent a lot of time around each other. He's like, I was like, yeah, man. I was telling him the story about getting rode up and getting in trouble, and he's like, my dad told me one of the times that you got in big trouble, you brought a Playboy magazine to the classroom.
Now,
and I was like,
all right, there it is.
Jaw hit the floor. I was like,
no wonder you were so cool.
I was like, yeah, I don't remember that. And he's like, yep, that's what Dad said. Dad said you brought it to.
Who's on the cover?
He's like, you brought it to the classroom.
It was a
and
centerfold.
You whipped it out, and we're looking at it.
You whipped it out.
Whoa.
The Playboy?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Stop it.
Sorry.
So you pull the Playboy. I'm like, I can't believe that this is even possible.
Brought it for the reading material.
That I would do this in a Christian school.
I can't
all
believe you
places.
forgot about it.
I don't
remember.
I can't believe it is.
No wonder you had all
I
them
don't
friends.
know. I think
What do you think the other 6 write-ups were for then? One was for talking to somebody. One was for a Playboy. What were the other 6?
I don't know. I believe
Smoking cigarettes.
I know, that's what I was saying, dude.
Jay, that's
Oh
no
my
wonder you had
gosh.
so many friends.
Chat, what do you think Dale got in trouble for? Give us the 6 reasons, chat.
Oh
Man.
my gosh.
I just can't believe that. I can't. I forgot what a wild menace I was.
When you said I was gonna get expelled, I was like, man, what could you have done? Now it's fully understandable.
Yeah. So that's what I meant. Like things were going so well. I was having so much fun, and so I was trying too hard.
Sure.
And I knew Dad had that stash in his bathroom, and I'm like, man, I'll take one of them to class.
I was gonna ask you, did you talk about it beforehand?
No, I'm like, my buddies are
bringing
gonna
it.
love this.
They did.
And so I'm assuming if it really did happen, that's what
What do you mean if it really did happen?
I'm not. I
Like,
don't
do you
remember
believe
this.
you did this?
I
Yeah.
don't recall
Do you
it.
remember your dad's stash?
Yeah,
It happened.
It happened.
Kelly.
It definitely happened.
Yeah.
You might just want to
Kelly
admit it.
says it might have happened, but I couldn't believe that, man. So I'm pretty sure that was not the 8th and final punishment.
That was probably like number 2.
That was probably in the middle.
That was
somewhere.
4 through 8.
Yeah.
That counted as a bunch.
Every
of
time we showed it to
I really
another
messed
student.
up. I really messed up.
So did
Hey,
they ever,
I appreciate you owning up to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
did they ever find out though that you were going to get expelled so that they never found that out?
I don't believe so.
Well, that's good. That's a win.
Yeah, my whole reason for sharing this story and continuing the conversation with the young man at the photo shoot, well, I was like, hey, I bought some yearbooks from my dad's high school days, because it's just cool to have an old yearbook from his 4th grade class, and there's Dad in his little 4th grade classroom. It's funny to see Dale Earnhardt dressed up as a little, 10-year-old school kid. And I found some of his yearbooks from his elementary school, because he quit school in the 8th grade. But I found some of his yearbooks from like 5th, 6th, and 7th grade, and I bought them on eBay and kept them. And I've been looking for the yearbook for this school, Southview Christian Academy, from my 7th grade year, whenever that might have been.
Half of it?
I do know that Living on a Prayer had just came out.
Oh.
Like, we were all singing that song up and down the road, going to school and back. So, like, Bon Jovi had just blown up with Living on a Prayer. I do remember that.
That's cool.
So, hey, we had Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer. We were taking Playboys to school.
I just realized
I was living on
What
a
a
prayer.
time.
What a time
That was
to
their
be alive.
Dale's
Oh my
motto.
God, I'm jealous.
brought a Playboy to a Christian school. Like, it's not just a regular school here.
That's rock and roll right there.
Dude, you had to be
But
the most
what
popular kid.
What I want is to be able to get the yearbook from the school relatively around the time I was there. I left the school before we did class photos, so I'm not in it. But I do want to see my class.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I drive by this school twice a week at the minimum, and every day since I was a 7th grader, I've thought about this school and those kids in that class that I was with.
Wow.
And how great my experience was in a very brief time I was there. And I just want to see their faces because I know when I see them, I'll go, that was one of my friends. That was one of my friends. I remember those two. They were great.
And then do you ever like, what are they up to now? Like,
Of
where
course.
are they? Yeah.
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 Too bad you're not in the picture, though, because they'd be like, that's the guy that brought the Playboy.
yeah. Dale took the picture.
I did reconnect with some. I got my yearbooks from my 10th, 11th, 12th grade senior high school days, and I did reach out and reconnect with some of those.
That's awesome.
And I'm hey man, let's meet for lunch.
Wow.
You think you got in trouble for the Playboy in '86? You said.
Maybe.
Do you want the?
86 was when Living on a Prayer came out.
Okay, good. Yes.
Sherry Arnett could have been one of them. Julian McCullough.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Yeah. Awesome.
Do you? All right. This is a serious question. When you said "Living on a Prayer" just came out, that was the anthem. When you hear that song, does that take you back to those days?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Music's perfect.
Yeah.
At doing that.
That's
Yeah.
what I think.
Every time I hear a song, it reminds me of a time when I heard it previously.
Yeah.
Not the very first time I heard it, but
Yeah. Well, I'm getting the rap signal. This was a lot of fun. I want to give a few shout outs in the YouTube chat because I've been keeping an eye on the chat. Leo, this is not Blythe, but Leo said he's watching from PE class right now. So shout out to him.
oh boy.
And then ITT Tom donated $10 to the stream, and he's like, Dale, tell the story. So that was the story we started about 10 minutes ago. So thank you for the donation.
Right on.
Sweet.
All right, everybody. We've been enjoying these Ask Junior segments. Let's see. We got 1,300 people in here, and appreciate everybody coming and seeing us today and being a part of our show. And thank you, Xfinity. NASCAR fans, now you get the speed you need on or off the track with Xfinity Mobile. Xfinity Mobile customers now get exclusive access to Wi-Fi speeds up to a gig in millions of locations nationwide, and it's the nationwide coverage that will always come through in a clutch. Take NASCAR on the go with Xfinity Mobile. All righty.
Hit it.